Alright, so it says that Roman Reigns teases leaving WWE in the latest live event promo. I honestly don't know if this is true or not. Something weird about this article. I don't know if this is WWE telling us that he's leaving the company very soon, or probably just leaving WWE to go to Hollywood or something like that, because that's what The Rock did when he went to Hollywood and started filming or whatever. The only time will tell if we're actually gonna get the official confirmation on if he's actually leaving the WWE. I'm not sure, but that's what we're here to talk about, so let's get to it. Roman Reigns' latest post-show promo from WWE's live event in Trenton, New Jersey, has fans worried that he'll be leaving the WWE soon. He explained, "I've been here a couple times in the past 10 years. I'm starting to work into a new phase in my career, and I honestly don't know if I'll be back here again. If that's the case, I just want to say thank you for all these years of support." You know, when I was watching the video on YouTube, I couldn't really understand what he was talking about. You know, he was, I mean, I don't know if it was some type of audio issue or it was probably some fans recorded it, but he should have had it like a better audio so I'll be able to hear and understand what Roman Reigns was talking about. Something tells me he's going to leave to go to Hollywood to start acting and stuff like that. Kind of like what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did when he left for Hollywood back then. That's kind of like what I'm seeing with Roman Reigns, aka Joe. The Tribal Chief debuted on WWE's main roster at Survivor Series 2012 as a member of The Shield and has gone to be one of the biggest stars of this generation with 6 WrestleMania main events and 6 World Championship reigns, the latest of which as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. He has held the Universal Championship for 616 days and unified it with the WWE Championship by defeating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38 last month. You know, before you know it, you know, Roman Reigns, he was kind of a hated character in terms of, you know, wanted them to be like a John Cena 2.0, and we all know how that turned out, a horrible way. But thankfully, when he came back in Survivor Series, I mean, at SummerSlam 2 years ago during the pandemic, him teaming up with Paul Heyman was probably one of the best decisions he's ever made. I guess you could say that him partnering up with Paul Heyman was probably the best decision he's ever done in his career. And it really transformed his character from being the worst babyface to being a megastar as a heel, the Tribal Chief. And I think for the most part, that run alone is what made him a household name right now. Yeah, let's continue on. Roman said he's starting a new phase in life. He said, "I honestly don't know if I'll be back here again." So I guess it depends on whatever decision he makes throughout his life. I'm sure it'll make him happy. As long as he's happy, or whatever it is that he decides to do with his career. Like, it's kind of obvious, you know. The idea of Reigns pivoting to Hollywood, similar to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, as I said earlier, John Cena and Dave Bautista, have been floated by both Reigns himself and WWE President Nick Khan. He told the talent last month, "We think he's certainly up there, and we have big plans with him to help him cross over, which we think would be great for him and certainly great to do with him." Yeah, we think we had that, Khan said. Regarding Rock, he said, "Yeah, it's like a Samoan dynasty. There's a lot of connection there, and we'll see what plays out over there, well, over time." That's what he had to say. Look, I guess when you're in a Samoan family, you know what I'm saying, the bloodline, or it runs, I guess you could say it runs through the family. It runs in the family when it comes to being in the WWE for quite some time. Then you go into Hollywood and acting into some good and bad Hollywood films. And Joe did pretty much star in the Fast and the Furious film when with The Rock in it. So Yeah, this is. I don't know what to say. I mean, hopefully this isn't true. This is just rumors, though. If it is true, then I just want to say thank you for giving us, the tribal chief of your best run of your career. Like, we definitely appreciated that character a lot. And it allows you to be true to yourself and allows you to just be yourself and just have fun with it. And yeah. We'll have to wait and see. I think there's going to be some moves made here pretty soon. There's always this speculation, these contract talks, or that portions of it's my business. People who can drive deep enough, I'm sure they can turn enough stones to figure out the time frame. There you go. So this is what he had to say. That's something I want to dabble in, and I wanted to gain more experience. I want to use these tools that I've learned WWE has done so right by me. They're giving me so much and placed so many great blessings and opportunities in front of me. And I've just had to capture them. I just grabbed the ball and ran with it, Red said. I'd like to think that all the way I've just picked up so many skills and I've just experienced so many things that, that are going to help me. I think he's basically saying that throughout the years he's been with the company, he's had some issues with his character, with the John Cena 2.0, and all the way up to being a tribal chief that we all know and love right now. At least some of them do. But for me, I've always loved the tribal chief character. And one of the biggest reasons why a lot of us love watching SmackDown was because of that character. And not to mention, a lot of people did acknowledge him because each time when he comes out, everybody just cheered while being a heel. It's kind of like what The Undertaker was back in 99 when the Ministry of Darkness gimmick was officially happening. He was cheered while being a heel at the same time. But I think what ruined that character is when he teamed up with Shane McMahon, being a part of the corporate ministry, is what made his character a bit weaker, among others. But I think when it comes to Roman Reigns, he reinvented himself from being a John Cena wannabe to being a tribal chief and a heel slash babyface at the same time, according to some, fans all over. But with that out of the way, I just want to say that if this is true, thank you for giving us your best your best run of the tribal chief. I truly appreciated your character. Yeah. If y'all want the article, I will post it in the description below. I'm sorry if my reading is not on point. I'm tired. So, I'll probably come better prepared next time I do articles like this. So, yeah, I'm out here.